Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities Too Crazy to Believe. Here, I'm going to tell you a story or stories that may or may not be too crazy to believe, and in fact, you might be right in thinking so. One, or maybe even all the stories, might be a work of fiction, or they could all be real. It's up to you to decide for yourself what's real and what's too crazy to believe. Now, this episode is just a little sample of what you can expect, and it'll be a way for us at Unexplained Possibilities to engage if people like this sort of thing or not. So, with that said, let's get into it. Legionnaire, Pennsylvania is home to one of the oldest amusement parks in the United States, and it's at this very place where our first story occurs. Night guard Manuel Lopez arrives to the amusement park late night as he's done for the past several nights since being hired. Manuel was never told why the last night guard quit, and he really didn't care. The last guy leaving left Manuel with the job, and for that, he was grateful. As Manuel is walking around the park, he can't help but feel he's being watched. Manuel takes out his flashlight and illuminates the area around him. Seeing nothing, he shakes off the strange feeling and continues making his rounds. 40 minutes have passed since Manuel had that feeling of being watched. Now, in the security office, Manuel decides to view footage of him walking through the park, wondering if he was truly alone and his imagination was playing a trick on him. To his surprise, the cameras did catch something. Golden eye reflections in the bushes feet away from where Manuel felt like he was being watched. Manuel goes back to investigate the spot where the eyes were on the video. There's no one there. However, to Manuel's surprise, he does find something. The empty suit of the park's mascot, PDP Bear. Manuel wonders if someone tried to steal it and panicked when he walked by. Perhaps they had second thoughts and took off the costume and ran off. Grabbing PDP, Manuel heads back to the office to drop the costume off and check the park for intruders. Right as Manuel leaves the office, the carousel attraction lights up. Manuel hurries over to investigate. There's no one at the operator's booth, leaving Manuel puzzled as to how it turned on. As Manuel walks over to the operator's booth to turn the carousel off, he notices another PDP costume. After noticing the costume, the carousel shuts off, and the area, once illuminated by the lights from the carousel, is now dark. Manuel immediately takes out his flashlight and shines the area where he saw the PDP costume. Nothing was there. Manuel rushes back to the security office and notices the PDP bear costume he placed inside is gone. The lights inside of the security office start to flicker and then go out. The security monitors start to flicker, which grabs Manuel's attention. On the monitors, he sees the PDP costume walking on its own to the carousel before it vanishes. The carousel lights up once more and starts moving as if someone is operating it. Manuel panics and closes the door and the blinds to the security office. He turns off the monitors and arms himself with his flashlight and mace. He positions himself in a corner facing the door, expecting someone to come in and attack him. Manuel's fears are never realized as hours pass and the morning crew comes in and finds him scared and cowering in a corner. The morning crew immediately call in their manager to see Manuel. Manuel informed the manager what had happened last night, to which the manager told Manuel that what he experienced is a common occurrence and is the reason why the night security guards never last long. The manager also informs Manuel that Louis must have liked him. This causes Manuel to ask who Louis was. The original owner of the amusement park was named Peter Philip Louis, and he created the mascot known as PDP. Louis was the only person to ever don the PDP Bear mascot costume, and he loved riding the carousel at the center of the park, and he would ride with people in character as PDP Bear. Manuel had heard enough, and he quit right on the spot. So, is this story full of it? Or is there really a carousel-loving, mascot-wearing ghost walking around at night? If you think you know the answer, let us know in the comment section down below. And be sure to tune in next Friday to find out if this story is real or if it's too crazy to believe.